Eduard von Tollè. Eduard Gustav Freiherr von Tollè, 14th of March 1858 to 1902, often referred to as Baron von Tollè, was a Baltic German geologist and Arctic explorer. He was most notable for the leading Russian polar expedition of 1900 to 1902 of the legendary Sannikov Land. He was known as Eduárd VasílÄvich Tollè in Russian. Early life. Eduard von Tollè was born on 14th of March 1858, in Raval of the Governorate of Estonia, now Tallinn, Estonia. He belonged to the Baltic German noble Tollè family and was married to Emily Nemi Magdalene von Wilken. His family's origin was debated, but genealogists had suggested them to be of Hollandish origin and was originated in Leiden. He was a close relative of the Middendorf family, and one of the Toll's teachers was the academician of the Imperial Academy of Sciences Alexander von Middendorf. Tollè graduated from the Imperial University of Dorpat, Tartu, as a zoologist in 1882. Already while he was a student he traveled to the Mediterranean and researched the fauna, flora and geology of Algeria and the Balearic Islands. Dut Expeditions and Surveys. In 1885 to 1886 Tollè took part in an expedition to the New Siberian Islands, organized by the St. Petersburg Academy of Sciences and led by Alexander Bunge. Eduard Tollè explored the Great Lyakovsky Island, Bungeland, Fadayevsky Island, Kotelny Island, as well as the western shores of the New Siberia Island. In 1886 Tollè thought that he had seen an unknown land north of Kotelny. He guessed that this was the so-called Zimlya Sannikova, Sannikov Land, a land that Yakov Sannikov and Matvei Zhidenstrom claimed to have seen during their 1808 to 1810 expedition, but whose existence had never been proved. Eduard Tollè was among the first to report in detail about the abundance of Pleistocene fossils found within Bolshoy-Lyakovsky Island, one of the New Siberian Islands. Under a peat composed of water mosses covering what he described as perpetual ice, now known to be permafrost, Baron von Tollè found fragments of willow and the bones of post-Miocene mammals, like the shoulder bone of a saber-toothed tiger. He also reported having found in a frozen, sandy clay layer and lying on its side, a complete tree of Ulmus fruticosa 15 to 20 feet, 4.5 to 6 meters, in length, including roots, with leaves and cones adhering. Unfortunately, his reports have been frequently either misrepresented or badly garbled by popular accounts of his findings, stating it to be a plum tree of a different size. The Academy appreciated the results of this expedition as a true geographical deed. In 1893 Tollè led an expedition of the Petersburg Academy of Sciences to the northern parts of Yakutia and explored the region between the lower reaches of the Lena and Khatanga rivers. Eduard Tollè became the first to map the plateau between the Anabar and Popagay rivers and a mountain ridge between the Olenek and Anabar rivers, which he named after Vasily Pronkychev. He also carried out geological surveys in the basins of the following rivers: Yana, Indigirka, and Kolyma. During 1 year and 2 days the expedition covered 25,000 kilometers, of which 4,200 kilometers were up the rivers, carrying out geodesic surveys en route. Owing to the difficulties of the expedition and his hard work, the Russian Academy of Sciences awarded Eduard V. Tollè with the N.M. Przhevalsky Large Silver Medal. In 1899 Tollè took part in a voyage of the icebreaker Yermak under the command of Stepan Makarov to the shores of Spitsbergen. Toll's last venture, the Russian Polar Expedition, 1900 to 1903. In 1900 to 1902, Eduard Tollè headed an expedition of the Petersburg Academy of Sciences to the New Siberian Islands, the Russian Polar Expedition, on the ship Zarya. The expedition primarily aimed to find the legendary Sannikov Land. During this voyage and especially during the winterings near the northwestern part of the Taimur Peninsula and the western part of the Kotelny Island, Eduard Tollè conducted extensive hydrographical, geographical, and geological research. Due to severe ice conditions the expedition had to spend 2 winters in the region of the bleak New Siberian archipelago. In the end, Eduard von Tollè traveled to Bennett Island by sledge and kayak along with 3 expedition members. The ship Zarya attempted to reach Bennett Island to evacuate Toll's party but was unable to do so because of severe ice conditions. Apparently, Tollè made a decision to go south to the continent. No further traces of the 4 men have ever been found. 2 search parties set out in the spring of 1903. One of them, under engineer Mikhail Brusnev, searched the shores of the New Siberian Islands. The other, under naval commander Alexander Kolchak, traveled by whaleboat to Bennett Island. They did not find the lost explorers, but they found the diaries and the collections of the Zarya expedition, which shed light on the tragic fate of Baron Eduard von Tollè and of his companions. Posthumous honors. The name of Eduard von Tollè remained on the geographical maps Fridtjof Nansen published. He named the Toll Bay on the northwest coast of the Taimur Peninsula in honor of Eduard von Tollè. There is also the Tollėvija River, a cape on the Žirkal Island in the Menina Skerries Mountains in Novaya Zemlya, the northernmost cape at Stolbovoy Island, the strait in a plateau at Kotelny Island, and the central ice cap at Bennett Island. In certain fields, like paleontology, zoology and botany, many specimens of fauna and flora are named after Baron Eduard von Tollè, like for example the foraminiferan named Dendrophera tollei, a Warren Zoo, 1911. Baron Tollè was an expert in Siberian paleontology. The following statement of Russian academician V.A. Oberchev is well known. In all our guides on physical geography you can encounter the name of Eduard V. Tollè is the founder of the doctrine of fossilized ice formation - the doctrine which became a classic one. The Arctic ice-breaking LNG tanker MV Eduard Tollè is named after him.